guests today.
How is everybody today? Yeah, good? Great? Yeah. Great too. Great too. Awesome. So, I need a microphone for TV.
I'm
gonna go around.
This is what I'll show you how it's done.
We get to see behind the scenes action.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what, so if you see people talking, hey buddy, you see people talking on TV, right? So sometimes they put these microphones. So you see that microphone?
Yeah. It's a little.
It is little, yes, yes. It's, yeah, so you clip it right on here, and then, and it's black, so it blends into your suit, right? So then I put it in my pocket. I put this in my pocket, and I put all the wires in my pocket, and then it beams the sound back to the camera and records it, and then you can't really see it, right? You can see it just a little bit. Pretty cool. And they'll be able to hear all the sound on TV. All right, so can I take a seat?
Please do.
Can I kick back a little bit? All right.
Absolutely.
So I think we're reading today. Right, Ms.
We
Priya?
are reading. Did we all say good morning to Mayor Mitchell?
You guys are the best.
I know your teachers have told you a little bit about Mayor Mitchell and his big job running the city of New Bedford. Don't you think it's wonderful that he came here to read to us today? Yeah. Are we excited? Yeah. We've had a few guest readers, and the momentum is kind of moving through the building. We're so happy to have you here. Mayor Mitchell has his choice of 2 books. How many of you know Froggy? Do we like Froggy a lot in kindergarten? Yes, we do. We have Froggy Goes to Bed and Froggy Eats Out.
Oh my goodness. All right. So which one first?
Froggy out.
So you guys know what democracy is, right? Let's vote. Who says Froggy goes to bed? Ooh, there's a lot. And who says Froggy eats out? I think this one goes first. I think this one. All right. All right, guys. All right. So let's see. I haven't read this one. So has anybody read this before?
Yeah.
All right. So don't tell me how it turns out, because because I need to know. I want to be kept in suspense. All right. So here we go. Froggy goes to bed. All right. And it looks like he doesn't live in a pond. All right, so here we go. It was late. Froggy was too pooped to pop. He's been playing hard at Max's all day long. All right, who's Max? Is that his friend? Yeah. That's his friend, all right. Froggy called his mother. What? It's time for bed. No, cried Froggy. I'm not tired. Who here said that before to their parents? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. All right, why don't you take a nice bath, she said. We'll make it a bubble bath. Okay, said Froggy, but first I have to find my boat. And he goes walking off, flop, 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 flop. All right, here he goes. He looked first in the fridge. Nope. He looked beneath the sink. Not here. He looked in the laundry bin. Oh, I found it. And he took a bath. Splash, 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 splash with his boat. And what was his boat doing in the laundry? How did it get there? I don't know. He probably... That is a good theory. Now it's time to put your pajamas on, said his mother. And she wrapped him all cozy warm in a towel. Okay, said Froggy, but first I have to find them. Flop, 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 flop. That's what it sounds like when he walks. He looked on his floor. Nope. He looked in his toy chest. Not there. He looked behind his desk. I found them. And he put them on. Zoop. Boy. So Froggy is someone we'd call high maintenance. Froggy called his mother. What? It's time to brush, said his mother. Okay, but first, I have to find my toothbrush. Flop, 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 flop. There he goes again. Boy. And he has a tough time finding things, I think. He looked first in the fishbowl. Nope. He looked in the wastebasket. Not there. I hope he picks up the garbage. He looked in the cookie jar. I found it. What's it doing in the cookie jar? So then he brushed his gums, right? Brush, 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 brush. Boy, Froggy's a piece of work, isn't he? All right. Froggy, called his mother. What? I bet you want your Huggy, said his mother. Yep, said Froggy. I have to find my Huggy. Flop, 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 flop. So does anybody think Froggy's well organized? No, no. Oh, here he is. It's under the stove. Bonk. He bumped his head. He gave it a hug and climbed into bed. Now it's time to sleep, said his mother, and gave him a good night kiss. Okay, said Froggy, but first I need a snack. Then I'll go to sleep. And he hopped out of bed. Flop, 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 flop again. And then he says, munch, scrunch, munch. He ate a bowl of flies. Then he crawled back into bed. That's not good to eat before bed, right? Now go to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. She was getting a little tired herself. Okay, said Froggy, and here we go again. But first, I'm thirsty. And open my door just a crack and turn the nightlight down just how we like it. Then I'll go to sleep. He's awfully demanding. Oh, fiddlestick, said his mother, and got him a glass of water. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. It's spilled. His mother can't be pleased at this point. Oh, Froggy, said his mother, and she wiped it all up, then got him another glass of water. Glug, 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 he drank it. Closed the closet slam, opened his door just a crack, creak, and turned down the light just right. Now go to sleep, she said. She's losing patience. Okay, said Froggy, but first, will you read me a story? Of course, dear, she yawned. And she read, and she read, and she read, till the book dropped, thump. And then she fell asleep, snoring like a horse. Good night, Mom, said Froggy. And he closed his eyes, and he went off to sleep. There he goes. Boy, you guys don't do that. You guys don't do that to your parents, do you? No. Good night, Froggy, said the owl, who was sitting on a branch. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
I do that a little bit.
You do that a little bit. That was a good one. That Froggy really taxes his mother, doesn't he? Yeah, you guys don't do that, right? No. You're very... I can't believe you would do that. I don't think so. Come on. All right, so shall we read this one too? Yeah! All right. All right, we'll give the people what they want. All right. This one's Froggy Eats Out. The next installment. I don't think so. This is an entirely different story. Okay, you ready? Everybody ready? Yeah! All right, here we go. It was almost dinner time and Froggy was hungry. He sat in the kitchen and dreamed about burgers and flies. They don't serve that at McDonald's, do they? No. All right. Then he hopped up and looked for something to eat. He looked in the cabinet, slam. He looked in the fridge, slam. He looked in the oven, bang. Mom, yelled Froggy, there's nothing good to eat. I told you he's high maintenance, right? All right, so she says, Froggy, what? Did you forget? It's our anniversary. We're going out to eat, okay? Hurry, said Froggy, let's go. First, you have to get dressed up, dear. We're going to a fancy restaurant. So Froggy flopped to his bedroom, flop, flop, flop. Keeps flopping around. I think he needs a pair of sneakers so he isn't noisy. All right, here we go. He slipped off his shirt, unzipped his pants, took off his shoes, pulled off his socks, and even changed into his underwear. With his underwear. With a Then, boy, this silly underwear. All right, then he tugged on his best pants, buttoned up his best shirt, put on his best socks, put on his best shoes, and then tied them up. And then he put on his best bow tie and flopped out to show his mom and dad. Flop, 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 flop. Boy, oh boy. You look very handsome, dear, said his mother, but you forgot to wash. Oops, said Froggy. So he went to the bathroom and washed his hands and face, splash, splash, splash. He used lots and lots of water, but only a little bit of soap. Yeah, you need to use soap, right, guys? All right.
Yeah.
Then he dried off with a towel, swoop, and looked at him. You use Dove? Yeah, I think he does too. I think he uses frog soap. Then he dried off with a towel, and looking at himself in the mirror, he thought he was kind of cute. So that's what we call narcissistic, guys. He likes looking at himself. All right. Froggy, called his father. What? Time to go, his dad said. We'll be late. And off they flopped to the restaurant. Flip, flop, flop. At the restaurant, Froggy's eyes grew big and round. They were glowing candles, flowers and vases, and tablecloths all white as snow. Pretty fancy. This is a fancy restaurant, said Froggy. Yes, said his mother. So remember, be neat, be quiet, and don't put your feet on the table. It's good advice. When they were seated, Froggy said, I'm hungry, let's eat. First we have to order, dear, said his mother. I want a hamburger, said Froggy. No hamburgers here, said his mother, or his father. When the waiter handed him a menu, Froggy opened it and knocked over a glass of water. Crash! Oops, cried Froggy. Oh, Froggy, said his mother. Remember what I told you. I know. Be neat, be quiet, and don't put your feet on the table. At least he remembered. But it was hard to be neat and quiet. He fidgeted, he shook salt on his hand, and he licked it. He banged the spoon on the table, bang, bang, bang. Then he hit hard on the tip of the spoon and flipped it right into the waiter's head, on the waiter's head. Bonk. Then after the waiter finally came and took their orders, they waited and waited and waited. And Froggy pulled the petals off the flowers. He blew on the candle. He sucked on the sugar cubes and then the ice cubes.
He looks like
He's a little bored at the restaurant, don't you think? So then he hopped up and flopped around the restaurant. Flop, 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 singing, be neat, be quiet, and don't put your feet on the table. Froggy, said his father. What? Please sit down now. Parents are losing patience with him again. Froggy sat down. Finally, dinner was served. Froggy stuck out his fork and sucked some up. Actually, wait, hold on. Froggy stuck out his fork into a huge plate of spaghetti and sucked some of it up. Slump. It was fun, so he slurped up some more. Slurp, 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 slurp. And that's when he saw Frogalina. She was sitting with her parents. Hi, Froggy, called Frogalina. Who's the pretty girl, Frog? Asked his mother. There she is over there. I don't know. Let's see what she's doing. Okay. Froggy was so embarrassed. He ducked beneath the tablecloth and pulled and pulled and pulled till his spaghetti and fly sauce landed smack on his head. Splat. He's eating those flies again. Whoops, cried Froggy. Look, more red in the face and then green. Happy anniversary, he croaked. He's got spaghetti sauce all over his face. What a mess, cried his father. Oh, Froggy, said his mother. Froggy scooped spaghetti off his face and said, I know, let's eat out at a Fast Flies place. Good idea, said his mother. I don't think they're bringing him back to that place. No. All right. Let's go, said his father, and together they leapfrogged all the way there. Flop, 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 flop. And the restaurant's called Speedy's. I bet they serve burgers. And there they are. There they are at Speedy's, where he can't make a big mess, where they all ate burgers and flies. Munch, crunch, crunch, munch. I think he needs to change his diet. Hamburgers and flies. I mean, my goodness. All right, so what do you guys think? Good books? Good books, thumbs up? All right.
Double.
All right. Double thumbs up. Double thumbs up. I think so. Fabulous. They should make it into a movie. What do you think? The Froggy movie? Yes. There's more books. Oh my God. I'm glad we got to read it together. That's pretty good. I hadn't read those books before. So I think I'm gonna start reading more in the series, right? So which is if you like books and you read a couple in the series and you want to read more, sometimes there are more. I think there are more Froggy books, Ms. Alves?
Ton more.
Yeah.
Ton
So
more.
think about it, guys. So if you like that, there's more for you. And do you guys have them here, or can we?
I do have probably some of them here. And I'll have to break them out, and we can put them in our library, and we can read them.
Yeah. So if you want more, dig in, right? Because, so reading. So when I was a kid, I didn't read too much, and then my mother brought me to a store called Salt Marshes downtown that isn't around anymore, right, Ms. Correa? And my mother, I asked my mother to buy me a book, and maybe because I was bored like Froggy, and then I read the book, and then I read another one and another one and another one, and that summer I was older than you guys. I think I was in 7th or 8th grade. I read 35 books that summer, and I was never a big reader, and I just read and read and read, and then so you don't have to read 35 books in the summer, but if you like something, go ahead and pick it up and read. Open up the pages and dig in on your own. You don't have to wait for your teacher to tell you. You don't have to wait for your parents to tell you. Just go ahead. Just have fun with it, right?
I thought you said 55.
35. So yeah, but so ever since then, I've loved to read, and reading makes a big difference. So does anybody have questions at all? No. Wait, you said no, and then you put your hand up.
Yes.
I'm calling on you first.
How about me?
What's your question?
I didn't know.
You don't know. Come on. All right, I'll come back to you. All right, so you go ahead. Just a double thumbs up.
How you got to be the mayor?
Ooh, good question. His question was, how did I get to be the mayor? I got to be the mayor because people voted me into office. You know how we voted on which book to start off with today? Yeah. And we started off with the blue one because more people put their hands up for blue. Well, that's you guys voted. So the same thing works with elections, with elected officials like the mayor or the people or the city council or the school committee or the state representatives and so forth, even the president. Whoever gets the most, more or less, the person who gets the most votes wins. So that's how I got into office. Go ahead, dear.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, I like food. I like lots of food.
How about
I would say, I think a lot of you guys would share this. I like pizza. I thought you're having pizza. Today's pizza day for lunch. Wow. Do you think the line will be long if I get in the line? You think there'll be? No. Yeah, I like pizza. I like pizza. Go ahead, pal.
What do you feel like being the mayor?
Why does it feel like? It's a lot of work, but a lot of work's okay. So if you like what you do, you'll put a lot of work into it. You'll throw yourself into it. So it's a lot of work. I get to meet lots of people. There's awful lot of responsibility. So I'm in charge of lots of things: the police department, the fire department, the libraries, all the things that the city does. There are 3,000 people who work for the city, and I'm in charge of it. I'm in charge of it all. Go ahead, dear.
What is it like to be a mayor?
Well, so as I was just saying, so being a mayor requires a lot of work, a lot of time. You're very busy, but you have a lot of responsibility. But it gives me an opportunity to help people out all the time, which makes me feel good about the job. All right, let me get somebody in the back. Go ahead, dear.
What happens if we don't know how to read?
So if you continue to work hard, because I can see you're really smart. I think if you continue to work hard at it, you'll be able to get to read, and then once you start reading, it'll go on like a light. It'll go on just like that, and all of a sudden you'll say, "Give me the next book," right? And then you'll be done with that one, and you'll say, "Give me the next one." So I know you will get to that point. You will get to that point real fast, real fast. That's a good question. So you guys keep working at it, because at some point you guys are just going to take off, and you'll love reading. All right, so you have your hand up again. All right, what is it?
You're the boss of the city.
More or less, yes. More or less of city government. That's right. All right, who haven't I called in? Go ahead. It's hard, but that's okay. So it's okay to have a job that's hard, because if it's something that's worthwhile, it's worth working hard at, right? That makes sense? All right, go ahead.
What's your favorite color?
I think today it's blue. Hey, listen, if you ask me tomorrow, it might be different. I don't know. I'm kind of a chameleon. Hold on, yeah, go ahead.
This morning when I was getting here, I saw cops and ambulance
And fire truck, all of them, yeah. Right.
They were all next to a house.
Yeah?
Blue house and the fire truck station.
Is everybody okay, as far as you can tell?
Yeah.
Good, good. Go ahead, dear.
It might have been a fire, but
Ooh.
maybe it did. I already said that one.
Well, it may be Froggy Goes to Bed. No. No, you know what's a cool one?
What?
You know what's a really good book that you guys will read? You guys, as residents of New Bedford, someday you will read a book called Moby Dick. Who's ever heard of Moby Dick? You guys have all heard it. So Moby Dick, about the white whale. So you guys will read that, and it's a terrific book, and it happens also to be set in New Bedford as well. So I think that's certainly one of my favorites. All right, I like dinosaur books too. Maybe a couple more. All right, who haven't I called on? Go ahead. I'm not sure I want to admit that.
Oh dear, wait. Settle down. What's this? Oh dear. Byron. Go ahead.
I've always liked root beer. Nobody likes root beer here, right? Nobody does? All right, some people like root beer. All right, so go ahead. You've had your hand up patiently. What's what?
I like cheetah. Unicorn.
Unicorns, definitely. That's my favorite. I like mythical animals, yes. Go ahead, sweetie. All right, hold on, guys. Go ahead, tell me. Say it again. I work, so my office is in City Hall. Do people know where that is, downtown? Yeah. Yeah, so City Hall's downtown on William Street. It's right across the street from the library. You guys should come visit sometime. Come visit. All right, who else? Who haven't I called on? Go ahead, sweetie. Your brother's teacher's favorite color, blue? All right, so we have a lot in common, she and I. All right, so who else? Who haven't I called on? Go ahead. Well, as I said, today it's blue. Maybe. Hold on. If I put your hand down if I've called on you already. I've called on you. Go ahead. You guys in the back. All right. My man in the red, and then I'll call on you right after. Caleb. There you go. What's your question, Caleb? Yes. Is that like Miracle Whip? No. No, I got that wrong. I think so. Go ahead. My favorite place? It's New Bedford, of course. Yeah. All right. Same as you guys. You live in Freetown. You got to move here. Come on.
Not yet, you don't.
Not yet.
Your house is
What's my favorite dinosaur? Oh, T-Rex, of course. T-Rex. Good. Go ahead, pal. What's my favorite restaurant? Ooh, that's a tough one. If the mayor says which his favorite restaurant is, I'm going to say Ma's Donuts. Who likes Ma's Donuts? You guys live in the North End. You got to love Ma's Donuts. Right? Go ahead. What's your question? You just like Ma's Donuts? Oh, okay, me too. All right, go ahead. Yeah. Well, we all said that. I still like root beer. All right. I haven't called on you guys, right? Go ahead.
What's your favorite stuff?
My favorite what?
store.
Store?
No, stuff.
Store. No, it was store.
Store? What's my favorite store?
The mall?
The bookstore. I like books.
Me too.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You can go. It's then her.
What's your favorite fast food? Spaghetti.
Like burgers and flies. Maybe Froggy was onto something. I don't know. All right, maybe one more question. All right, who haven't I called? I've called on you. Come on, you. All right, go ahead, dear.
What's your favorite pizza?
Oh, there's so many kinds that I like. Linguiça. I like linguiça. All right. Give me by vote. Who likes linguiça pizza the best? All right. How about cheese? It's close. I think we're going to need a roll call. All right, guys. It was great being here today. You guys are doing fabulous work. Your teachers are working very hard. They love you. Your parents love you. I want you guys to continue to work hard and just keep doing what you're doing. Listen to your teachers. They've got your interest at heart. And you guys are doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep working harder, guys, okay? Give yourselves a round of applause.
What do we say?
Thank you.
And would we like to have him come back again sometime?
Maybe the next Froggy book in the series.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so
You bet.
much.
Yeah,
It was
you
a
bet.
pleasure
Yeah,
having
great
you.
work.
Thank you.
All right, bye, guys. All right, take care. Nice job.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Hi, I'm Taya Leone, and you're watching New Bedford Cable Network. Good for you.